Something cool here with Frankie from Emmure. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing really good, man.
Very cool,
Yeah.
very cool, man. How's the tour going for you so far?
The tour has been above and beyond expectations, and you know, just happy to be out here and be with the people, man. I mean, the fans are what make Mayhem so special. So it's been like I said, just a great experience.
Very nice, very nice. Just seen you did a track with Riff Raff, man. That's fucking cool.
Yeah, it was, dude. It was such an awesome thing to happen because, you know, obviously I'm a fan of his work and his people, and you know, Matt Decent and everyone reached out and were like, hey, would you want to be on this remix? And it was kind of like a no-brainer, you know. I was like, of course. So getting the chance to work with them and be on the track was just like definitely like a left field thing. I had no clue I was gonna even ever go down. So much love to Riff Raff for letting me be on the track.
You see Spring Breakers, man? I think that was him. You know
I saw it. Yeah, actually, I saw it in theaters and with my homies. Yeah, it was amazing. You're asking about like the James Franco thing or whatever? Yeah. I mean, yeah, whatever. I'm not surprised that like he had influence in a movie or something like that. You know, I mean, dude, it's like Riff Raff is like just like a one-of-a-kind kind of person, you know? So like anything that's even remotely close to that is gonna just scream his name, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Now, you guys are, for some reason, man, every blogger out there wants to fuck with you on a regular basis.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let it be fucking what you put on a t-shirt, let it be one of the tracks, the listing of one of the names on the new album, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just a bunch of fucking shit.
Well, would you describe them as bloggers?
Yeah.
That's what they are.
You know
End of
what I
story.
mean? Exactly.
End of fucking story, man. You know, and they're doing their job, man. You know, which is to be, you know, motherfuckers who sit behind a keyboard. That's it. Good for them. You know what I mean? I got no hate towards them, and I always tell people, like, you know, if it wasn't for like the extreme hate and extreme love, I don't think that our band would have the fuel it needed to continue to do what we do. You know?
Right. Well, you know, with this day and age, dude, with social media and everything like that, any asshole out there with a cell phone,
yeah,
can fucking be like, I'm a reporter today.
Yeah.
Fucking look at how important I am.
No, I don't buy into that bullshit, and I like to think that people are smart enough to realize that it's bullshit as well. But in general, for me, it's not something I focus on because it's just kind of like a part of the puzzle that makes up like what we are and what we become in a way.
Right. Now, speaking of social media and all that shit, I just talked to the guys from Upon a Burning Body. I seen you send a fucking like, hey, what the fuck is this kind of?
You know, I wouldn't, you know, just to put it out there, I actually went and like personally apologized to the guys.
They mentioned it.
Cool.
They were like,
yeah.
Hey, it's.
And like, cause you know, I get times where like I take things personally for no reason, and I don't want to put anyone on blast, but music for me is not a joke. It's like, you know, it's like my everything, and I put my entire soul and my blood, sweat, and tears into what I do, and none of it's a joke. Everything I ever write about, the shit is real, you know, and I don't like, and like I said, I take it personal for whatever reason sometimes. I don't like seeing people take something that means the world to me and turn it into just a spectacle, you know, something to just kind of like do because it's cool or to get attention, and like, you know, I'm not into that. I feel like if you do music, it's because it lives inside you, and that's my freedom, and I feel like don't take that freedom for granted and try to make it into something it's not, you know.
Definitely.
But you know, it's whatever, man. There's always going to be like the people who are real about it and the people who are just part-time, you know what I mean? And for me, it's a real thing, you know.
Right. I mean, you know, don't get me wrong, the guys were cool. I mean, you know, best of luck to them. But the only thing that fucked them on this is every fucking time someone talks to them, they're like, hey, you fucking kidnapped fucking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, it sucks definitely to be in their position. And again, it's like, you know, I don't want to put anyone on blast, but to me, it's like if you're gonna scream in a band, if you're gonna be in a band, if you're gonna make music, do it because it's like you need to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it really is inside you. And not to say those kids aren't a great band. I think they're a good band, but you know, just in general, again, just to save face, I think that, you know, people should really be careful with what they do with the energy they have.
Now, with your new release, you had a track. It was the title of it was "Bring a Gun to School."
Yep.
You had to take it off. Well, not the track, but the title.
Yeah, you know, and I've explained it like this before. It's like the music happened before the song title. You know what I mean? Right. It was like we wrote the song, and I was just like, man, this story is so brutal, and the song is so brutal. Like, what title is gonna fit? You know, what's gonna be like really just make a mark? You know, and I understand the kind of stain that it puts on other people, but to me, it's like this. It's like I tend to view most things almost everything, maybe it's a flaw I have subjectively. I look at everything, art subjectively, music, it's subjective. Regardless of how I feel about it, that means something to that person. So if it's not for me for some reason, I just change the channel. And that's how I treat the world around me. You know,
that's what you should.
Thank you, thank you. And you know, and so I think it's definitely like, it's kind of bullshit, and it's kind of hypocritical and sideways to me that people would go and watch, I don't know, any action movie, anything that has violence at all, and glorify it and be like, this is cool. But then, you know, if I do it in music, which is still just another thing, like a movie or a book or anything,
right.
and to be vilified for it, I think is really unfair. And this is, again, like, you know, I'm not saying that like people don't have a right to feel how they feel, but it's like, don't be so sensational and selective. If you're going to be like that, then go after everybody.
Oh, gotcha.
Take them all down.
For
you know what I mean? Don't just go after me. And like, look, to me, again, I'm gonna set up the bloggers. It's like, you know, if we didn't have the negative energy and the positive, we wouldn't be able to step forward and do what we do. So it definitely, to me, was like, you know, something that happened that was not fair for the band and for me as an artist to be able to really say what I want to say and do what I do. And I want people to understand this. So like, music is the only place that I ever feel free. That's the only real place in the world for me that I can actually say what I want to say and be who I want to be. Outside of that, I'm forced to live in the standards of others, which everyone is. You know, it's not just me. But to try and, like I said, like vilify and strangle something that's supposed to be the only real like freedom we have, which is creativity, it's complete bullshit to me.
You know what it is, man? People are fucking, if you're gonna be a sick fuck and go out and do something like that, you know what I mean?
Yep.
You can't blame it on the fucking song. You can't blame it on the fucking movie you watched.
Of course not.
Blame it on fucking your fucking head. Like,
what,
you know what I mean?
what? Yeah, and like, this is not to be like at all anti-Semitic, but like, what records was Hitler listening to?
Yeah, right.
Like straight up, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, come on, like, let's get real, people. Like, music is supposed to be the answer. You know, you're supposed to go to music so you don't do those thoughts or feelings that cause you to hurt others or even hurt yourself. You know, that's why music exists. And music was always my escape as a kid. And I used to listen to bands that, seriously, like, no one has ever heard of, who've had the most horrible song titles I've ever could even fathom. Like, who thinks this way? And no one's gonna hear that music. I have, but I never went out and raped and murdered for fun or killed my mother and raped my dog. I never did those things because I'm a person, I'm a human being. And to think that like there's not more people like me in the world, you're just going backwards, guys. Like, you are. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the way people give a shit about things, it's just fucking outrageous. Like,
it really is.
Your shirts, like your clothing line, your shirts, the fucking slogans that you have. It's a fucking t-shirt, guy. You know what I mean? Fucking, it ain't like, get over the shit. I remember when I was younger, dude, I'd wear a Cannibal Corpse shirt with the fucking babies getting hung up and shit. You know what I mean? Wasn't like
sick shirt, by the way.
Yeah, it was fucking awesome. You know what I mean? But it's just it's a shirt. It ain't fucking. It ain't like, hey, follow me or do what's on here.
It's not a gun in your hand. That's how I look at it. You're really not, you know?
For sure. Now, people want to follow up with you. They want to know what's going on with you. They want to know more. What's the best way?
Yeah, you know, like Emmure is on Facebook. We're on Twitter and Instagram at Emmure Music, and I have an Instagram as well. It's the Frankie Palmeri, and you can go there and look at the shit that I post, whatever. As if it's interesting, but you can if you want. And yeah, like we're all connected, man. I think that all our fans understand that like we really do try like as hard as we can to stay connected with everyone, especially on the social networking. We're always responding and trying to keep up with people because we really don't take any of this for granted, and we try to express that as often as possible.
That's cool. It's real cool. It's hard being in this, the way music is going. It's a fucking different way than what it was years ago. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't handing out flyers anymore. You ain't giving out the demos and shit. It's a fucking, let me push the button and these kids are right there. You know what I mean?
It really is. And we were there. I was part of the last breed of bands, I feel, that had to go out and like really, like I said, like, pass out demos, pass out flyers. You had to. And then it shifted very soon with MySpace. Then it became like, okay, who's got the most friends? Who's got the most plays? And that's how you got ahead in as far as being noticed in the business, you know. And that's how it happened for us. I remember you know, that was the platform for the band, and we really, even to this day, really can't say, it's like a double-edged sword, because we really can't say thank you enough for the internet, because we would not have what we have, but it's also the double-edged sword of like, well, now our music is capable, free for everyone, and so on paper, we are, like, our value shifts. So I'm saying, so, but it's like, it's this weird, I don't even know, duality between like the internet causing the frenzy, but the truth of the matter is, and this is what I enjoy about current music industry standard or whatever, is that like you can have all the buzz in the world, but what's happening when you're in person? That's really where it counts now, and I like that is what's going on, and that bands actually do have to work almost a little harder, or if not just as hard as they had to, because you could click all day, but if you can't blow up the bomb when it comes time to go to the live situation, then it doesn't matter, you know. And so we just, you know, we always were a band that were really just focused on working hard, regardless of whatever we had to do to get ourselves ahead and to get people hearing what we're about. So that's my advice, I guess, for everyone, is just believe in it and go 110% in whatever it is you're going to do.
Now, with the success that you're having, do you think that it has anything to do with former band members giving you the hard time they're doing now? I mean, actually trying to go to court against you? Yeah,
you know, about that, like, I like to tell people that if people want to understand what that scenario was like, what went down, like the inner turmoil of it all, look who's in front of you right now, and look who isn't.
Yeah, for sure.
And let that speak to you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's really how it is. You know, when you're in a relationship with people, it could be your girlfriend, it could be your parents, it could be it could be anything. But a band is a relationship of 5 people, and sometimes even more than that. You know, and if you have one cancerous piece to your family or what you're doing, what's important to you, you have to cut it off.
For sure.
You know, and that's what it was. And you know, it's definitely not something that anyone wants to do, but when it comes time to it, it's like something's got to give, and that's really what it is. And as far as them talking shit or wanting to take us to court, to me, that's just all trivial bullshit, and it's not part of the big picture for me, you know. And and again, look at who's talking about who.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So it's almost the way, you know, you're doing fucking well, and they're like, you know what? Let me get my name back out there just a little bit again. Remember me? Like,
let me grab onto this mound of dirt that this guy is and pull myself up a little further. Yeah, of course, yeah.
So after this wraps up, what's next for you?
We're going to do a headline tour that we're going to announce very soon with a bunch of awesome bands in the States, and we have plans to do Europe and world touring, which I'm sure everyone at this point understands. We're always on the road, so new content, more tours, just staying busy as always.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
All right, dude, I appreciate your time.
Always, man. Thank you.
Thank you.